All right, we are live on Ranger Radio tonight. We have the most hype event of the NLTP season, the World Beries of B Team. Live with me in the commentating booth on Ranger Radio tonight is Ghost. Ghost, say hello to our viewers.
Hey, what's up?
So we have Bolshevik Revolution, which is the Soviet Ballers B Team, taking on the Fighting Jeb Dogs, which is the Incrediballs B Team. What are your thoughts on this match? Like, what do you expect? Who do you think has the edge? What do you got to say?
Hang on one second.
No. This is the part where we have a smooth broadcast. And you
Sorry.
Okay. To say,
So,
and then...
yeah, I don't, you know me, I don't really have a lot to say, but, I think it'll be interesting. It's, a long road coming up to this point. Yeah, it'll be fun to see who can hang on to the win and who wants it more.
Ladies and gentlemen, insightful words from Ghost. This is why I select him as my co-commentator, always with a lot of very topical, sort of game-related sort of commentary. Now, let me ask you this: do you think the team that scores the more caps will win?
Yeah, usually in this game we call Tag Pro. It is a little bit better to score more caps. Not necessarily because you can win with the same amount of caps, but it's hard.
Okay, all right.
So,
very insightful. So what I will tell you, both of these lineups have some very impressive names. I think if you take a look when we get in game and see who's playing, you won't believe that it's B Team, because the B Team, both of these teams, look like they could be teams of other teams that we had in the NLTP season. So I'm really hyped right now. I'm going to go in group and let them know that we're ready to go. Going. But yeah, I'm really glad everybody came out to watch this tonight. I think it's really important that the B-Team Championship not get overlooked. NLCP is the entry point for all of our new players, particularly all the new players who are coming in to the game, right now in our recent push. And so it's important for everybody to know that even if you're new to the game, there is a place for you in competitive Tag Pro. It's called NLTP, and the draft for the new season is going to be coming up pretty soon. So get on Mumble, start playing games, get to know some of the captains, and you could be in this position in a few months playing for a championship, on B Team or even A Team, depending on your skill level and how much you come along. So
yeah, and it's definitely a good way to get started. It's a good entry point. I think that it gives you some practice playing against some actually competitive people. Not to say pubs aren't competitive, but I think it has a different feel to it than pubs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you come on and you're gonna hopefully you'll get a good captain who will teach you the fundamentals. You'll make friends with other players who are probably newer as well, and start to develop relationships that way. You'll become more comfortable with learning how to communicate in game, and eventually your skill will come out, and hopefully if you like it and stick with it, you'll be able to contend and maybe make it into the playoffs. But even if you don't, I think a lot of people make a lot of good friends in their first NLTP team that wind up sticking with them throughout their Tag Pro experience in the future.
Yeah, definitely. And we have seen some people actually move up through the ranks starting in NLTP. You don't necessarily have to start A team. You could start on B team, move your way up, and it works.
Absolutely.
Also, I'd like to take this time to let you guys know that Ranger will be a NLTP captain next season.
Well, that hasn't officially been confirmed.
Well,
I applied for it, Ghost. It's not something that it's not something that's been announced, and I don't officially know that. So.
Oh, gotcha. Well, we're just gonna play the odds and say that you're gonna be a captain.
Yeah,
so.
we don't know for sure if that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
so,
but yeah.
So we've got a Tag Pro right, a Juke Juice left, Juke Juice in blue base, and a Tag Pro in red base. So just looking at the lineups right here, for the Fighting Jeb Dogs who are in red, we have Kiki, Poplock, Mitch K, and Shays. And for Bolshevik Revolution, the Soviet Ballers B Team, we have Spy King, Svanvak, Sap Sap, and Protagonist. So a couple of quick grabs. Looks like Shays is going to go Flag Pro, and he gets himself out of base, but a little bit of a miscommunication there with Mitch K. Gets pushed all the way back. But nice split there by Shays, gets past two, and we'll see if the blocks are real for him to be able to come up and cap. Looks like they might be able to do it, and they do. Early 1-0 lead for the Fighting Jet Dogs. Mitch K popping in using the bomb. No luck this time, though. Shays is going to be able to grab and get back into base once again, but popped by Spy King. But they do have an early regrab train. Looks like Bolshevik Revolution is going to have to do something to stop the constant regrab here from the Fighting Jet Dogs. Another round of pups coming. Shay's able to grab a rolling bomb. Mitch K able to cap there. Nice blocks in place there. Kiki doing a good job. Spy King had a tag pro, but they weren't able to do enough to stop him from capping in spite of that tag pro. Shays with an RB back in base. Gets defused. Sap able to avoid Kiki long enough to make Shays run. And a nice counter cap there by Sap. So the score has been normalized a little bit to 2-1. Protagonist goes right into a spike on that one, unfortunately. So looks like he's going to refresh, and I don't know if he lagged there or what happened, but he left the game and rejoined. Poplock now boosting into base, 2 versus 1. Wow, Velocity definitely has a reputation for high scoring, but in the 2 minutes already 3-1 in favor of the Fighting Jet Dogs. You with me, Ghost? You still there, Ghost? Ghost AFK? Co-commentating AFK?
Sorry, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
What are you doing, dude? This is
Dude,
the part where you're supposed to say
people keep
things.
coming in and talk to me, man.
No, no, you can't leave. You have to talk.
Oh wow, nice snipe there by Spiking.
Insightful comments from Ghost. Nice.
Yes,
Nice.
yes. I did want to actually say something about Shays' juke mid, juking whoever it was into a spike, and then eventually leading to a cap. It's pretty nice. I did notice that.
Nice. Very good.
Just as a shout out.
Yeah, that was quite a shout out. So Sap's
you know.
going to grab here against 2. He's trying to get around Kiki and Poplock. Currently ahead of 3 if he can find a way to get to that boost, and he does. Poplock just kind of biffing that one, and neither will get in front of him. So a fairly easy cap there for him. And now Protagonist trying to get around Mitch K. Doing a good job of containing, but Shays comes and finishes off. And we have another round of pups. Von Vach grabbing a rolling bomb. Shays, Sap, all with rolling bombs. So 3 rolling bombs
he's going to
there.
grab with that rolling bomb intact, too.
And he's going to get out ahead of 2, but Shay's also with a rolling bomb, so he's going to use that to grab as well. So Von Vach winds up forcing that return, but he gets returned from Mitch K, who snipes right behind him. Sap's rolling bomb goes out, so he's going to have to take a little bit of a lap here. Looks like a little miscommunication there. Mitch K and Shay's fighting for regrab a little bit. Normally not something we usually expect to see in a championship game, but just some communication issues there, I think.
Well, Shay's ahead of 4. Protag has to make sure he doesn't die here.
Yeah, it was a return for cap there for Shays, but Velocity, true to its name, a map where it's very easy to catch up even if you're behind. So you're never going to get more than about 2-3 seconds of return for cap. Shays coming in now. He's going to take this boost away. They're not able to get Spiking. He gets out somehow. He's going to go circle back and get this rolling bomb, it looks like. But that was an opportunity missed for the Fighting Jet Dogs. They had a 2v1 situation. And that tag pro is going to save Kiki. That was probably going to be a cap otherwise, but
yeah, definitely.
That gets Kiki out of base, and looks like that's going to be enough to hold everything up. Everybody's reset back on regrab. Svanvak with a nice snipe. So just about almost 5 minutes into our first game, still a close game, 3-2 in favor of the Fighting Jet Dogs.
Yeah, the prevent is almost matching the hold, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I feel like nerves might be a little bit of a factor here because both sides, I mean, a lot of times we've seen some sort of uncharacteristic mistakes. I know in my lead-in I mentioned that, from a talent standpoint, there's some folks on here you would expect to see on A-team lineups, and I stand by that, but some of the plays so far, there have just been, you might say mental errors, not so much a lack of skill, but just, going into a spike, missing, a contain, not getting in front, so just basic things like that, but I'm sure some of those nerves will work themselves out. This is, after all, a marathon on a sprint. So Shay is still not really being challenged very much here. Another round of pups comes. Svanvak gets a tag pro, so looks like he's going to chase with it. Takes out Kiki, but Shay's still not really being threatened here. Svanbach protecting Protagonist also, so both teams just kind of struggling to figure out how to contain right now in Velocity.
Yeah, I think that's one of the major parts of this map is, you know, knowing how exactly to chase and actually executing it are
Yeah,
two
absolutely. You've got to
completely
call out
different
your
things.
lanes, and you've got to make sure you stay in front. And when that flag's out of base, it's really hard to get a reset on this map.
Oh
So,
yeah, definitely.
that's kind of the whole
Resets
game. Like, if
are
you can get a
definitely
reset,
cherished.
if you can maybe go pick up a tag pro and go flag pro and then kiss and clear out base, that's a pretty much surefire way to cap on this map. There's, definitely pups are important, but with so many pups, it's you've always got to stay in front. Really most important thing on this map because it's so quick to get beat here. Mitch
Swanbach
K
picking up
hanging out left.
red base. Why did they just switch? Did they switch pups?
What did they do? What? I'm sorry.
So they just switched pups. Like blue got red base, red got blue base, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it looks like both of the regrabs initially went for pups. So Shay's now able to grab, and Spike King, true to his name, is Spike King himself. Shay's now out ahead of 3, but Protagonist firmly ensconced on that flag tile, gets the regrab. So, I mean, the story so far, oh, nice snipe from Sap. The story so far really has just been both flag carriers have really not been challenged with the
Yeah.
flag. Mitch K, nice timing. He's able to grab a rolling bomb, and that's going to get him around Sap. Sap did a good job positioning himself, though, so that he'd be bombed back towards his own flag. So,
Yeah.
or towards, I should say, towards the enemy flag. Nice jukes there from Mitch K, and he's going to have to get out of the base. Yeah, he kind of sort of tackled himself there. Shay's managing to stay alive here, but not for long enough. Pop block out ahead of 2, and Sap almost got away with that. Almost snuck past Mitch K and Kiki,
Yeah.
but didn't quite work
Oh,
out for him.
Swanbach nearly missing pop lock.
2 minutes left to go in our first game. Currently 3-2 in favor of the Fighting Jeb Dogs. Again,
Nice return there by the Swanbach.
For anybody who's not familiar with the NLTP playoffs, oh, and Protagonist is going to tie this up.
There we go.
We play, it's a best of 5 10-minute games, so right now it's tied. If it is tied at the end of this game, they'll play a golden cap to determine who wins game 1, but ultimately it's going to be the first team to win 3 games that wins this championship. Protagonist on regrab with a rolling bomb. Sap still staying alive, pretty close to the flag. Looks like they might have had the blocks there. Oh, and the blocks were real enough to keep Sap alive, and he's able to survive and cap there. Nice job. That could be the cap that turns the game
gonna be
around.
past 3, past 4.
Oh,
Oh,
and
Kiki
Kiki
barely
hits
missing
that
the
bomb at
flag
the
there.
wrong angle. Just doesn't get enough of that button. So
Yeah,
a
and
little
we're
bit
seeing
a little bit of confusion here with looks like time being called.
Yep.
Okay, so they are doing a timeout. I wasn't sure if they were going to do live subs or not. So it looks like they might be doing a quick timeout here. So 1 minute left, 5-3 in favor of Bolshevik Revolution.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing
Page.
another really important element of this map, which is the quick caps that you can get off of that regrab train. Very dangerous. So yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think again, I was kind of getting into this before we saw this barrage of caps, but neither team is really doing the greatest job as far as communicating defensively to contain. So
Yeah.
they're trying, but we've just seen a lot of mistakes. People, especially in defense, just walking into a spike or getting bombed into a spike, near the pup. So it's really been a story of the offenders, I think, on both teams kind of carrying. I've noticed that Sap has made a lot of great plays defensively, even though he's also been kind of carrying the offense. I think on the Fighting Jeb Dogs, we've seen Shays holding the flag for a long time and able to avoid the return, just staying alive forever, just waiting for his team to get a reset. So, I think a lot of that is going to be nerves, especially with the championship game. For a lot of these players, it's the first game they've been all year that's been streamed, that's had a substantial audience. So, I think as we see ourselves get into game 2, game 3, you're going to start to see some more solid fundamental play. But, we have seen a couple of really nice plays too, nice snipes that have been made, nice jukes. So, it's not really just a story of nerves, but looks like they might be getting started here any second. We do have everybody back in group. Not sure if that was a lag issue or what, but both teams saying that they're ready. So 1 minute left, 5-3 currently in favor of Bolshevik Revolution on blue. Checking with our Twitch chat real quick.
I think it's going pretty well.
I don't know. Twitch chat needs a little more hype. I'm
A little more hype.
really very excited about the level of hype in the Twitch chat. You guys
There
really
you go.
need
I got you.
more.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so for our final minute, looks like we have a couple of tag pros, left and right. Both bases have a juke juice. So should be pretty balanced in the beginning from a tag pro standpoint.
Yeah.
All right, Mitch K is going to be the one to grab that tag pro right. Sap getting the tag pro left. And Mitch K, again, just going right into a spike afterwards. Can't imagine that was intent. So protagonist looks like he was going to follow Sap, and then Sap wound up staying back on Reese. So there's not going to be a tag pro lead. Most of Sap's tag pro just kind of wasted as he sits on regrab there. And again, just a little bit of miscommunication there. Spiking, kind of having trouble getting synced up with Svanbach there to get Mitch K. And Mitch K again surviving and a bit of a split there, but he does eventually get tracked down. Kiki with a nice bomb to get a return into a spike. It was a good job.
Yeah, Protag almost was able to avoid that death.
Yeah,
but,
he almost managed to stay alive through that. And
3, 2.
Looks like that will be the end of the game. So final score in this game. Oh, and Sap would have had the counter too. Final score in this game: 5-3 in favor of Bolshevik Revolution. And we'll see whether or not my fancy scoreboard works at all. I don't think it's gonna. You never know. This is what I try. The scoreboard function.
Alright. So this is kind of a first to 3 format, right?
Yeah, so the first team to win 3 games is going to win the championship.
Gotcha.
If it goes to a decisive 5 game, the overtime rules change. I don't think it's going to count but any of the other games, if it's tied, it winds up going to a golden cap. So the games are quick, there's a lot of excitement.
Gotcha. Super excitement, yeah.
God, that is the most like low-res
The most
scoreboard
excitement,
in history.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad scoreboard, I'm not gonna lie.
Terrible.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, it's actually really bad.
It's like literally bad.
Yeah. Did you like copy and paste those scores, or?
No, I don't really know how to do scoreboards in OBS, so I just kind of like figured something out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like a little,
hard to get
you could do text, yeah.
It conveys the score really well, though.
Yeah, I'm thinking of maybe making it black might be a good plan, just because
I
you know
could
the
try
white
that.
kind of blends. No, I'm just a little
Let me see
yeah,
if I may
recommendation.
figure that out. Hold on.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if I can figure that out. Ooh. I don't know. Doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to figure it out.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Alright, so are we ready for game 2 or what?
Well, I don't think so, because looks like we're still on 1 minute timer and haven't heard anybody say anything in chat. So I'm just gonna guess that both teams talking about what they need to improve on for this next game. I think both teams made some mistakes, both teams made some good plays. Either team could definitely win this.
Yeah, definitely. I agree that either team could definitely win this. There's still 4 games left. Yes, I concur, if you will.
You do concur.
Yes. So yeah, I mean 4 games left. It'll be interesting to see, you know, if they can hang on to the 1 game lead they got, or you know, the hype train is just too real and come back.
It's not asymmetrical anymore.
Yeah.
That was good. That's a little better. Really just the lack of symmetry was the main problem. Yes, Super Diglett, the stream will absolutely be archived. I upload all of these to YouTube. They go on the YouTube channel, so
There you go.
there will be all kinds of excitement for the foreseeable future. Dude, why are the numbers so like low res?
Oh man, Ranger, did you see the the picture that was just posted in group chat?
No.
Here, I'll link it in the Twitch. Oh, I
Oh, I
don't know
can
if
see
you can
it.
do
I can see it.
that. Oh, I thought you said you could. Okay, whatever. Oh man, that's good.
Yeah,
Too good.
it's okay. It wasn't that big of a meme, actually. How are people liking the music on the stream? Is this more jazzy? Sort of.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, 100%.
Can you even hear it? No.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, you turn it on. Okay. Does it make you want to go dance?
Oh, dude, I'm bouncing, man. 100%. Keep it 100. All right, that was uncalled for.
Yeah, that was totally unnecessary.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about
I
that,
don't know,
guys.
What would lead you to do things like that?
I mean, a lot of things, but you know.
So it looks like both teams making a couple tweaks to their lineups. For the Fighting Jeb Dogs, it looks like Paul Murray, Q42 might be getting in. Not entirely sure who they're taking out because they've still got a lot of people in the group. But okay, so it looks like it's going to be Kiki, Tag Up, Turn Up, Paul Murray, and Q42 for the Fighting Jeb Dogs. And things look pretty static on Bolshevik Revolution. Looks like it's still going to be Sap, Protagonist, Spy King, and Swanbox. So I'm not seeing any changes there yet. And they have switched sides and fixed the time limit, so fingers crossed.
That's good sign. Good sign.
Might be starting again soon. Like, are you really kind of dancing with music? I am. Be honest. Oh, we were supposed to do a drinking game. I forgot.
Dude,
Want to try
what?
to do it now? Have
You didn't
been
even let me
drinking the whole
know?
time?
No.
No?
You didn't even let me know, dude. Oh man.
They're supposed to be. Well, I don't remember what the rules are. That's why.
Wow.
All I know is I'd be trashed right now because people spiking themselves was like one of the things.
Yeah.
And like a bomb cap where you hit the bomb
Yeah.
pointing the base and just bomb straight into the flag. That's
Yeah.
supposed to be a drink. And if somebody gets bombed into one of the corner pub spikes, that's a drink too.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like we are in fact getting started, so we don't have to just bullshit anymore. It'd be great. Alright, so we've got Tag Pro in the Fighting Jeb Dogs base, which is now blue. Rolling Bomb in Bolshevik Revolution's base, now on red. And Tag Pro right, Juke Juice left. So looks like the early advantage here with
3,
Tag Pro.
2,
Gonna go to
1.
Bolshevik Revolution.
I guess we'll see.
Oh, and Q42. Nice
What a
job
bomb.
there by the Fighting Jeb Dogs using the bomb to allow Q42 to get that Tag Pro. Just a little bit too ginger from Bolshevik Revolution. They didn't really get to that boost fast enough. And by ginger, I'm not implying that anybody on that team's redhead. I'm not saying that Protagonist is from Scotland. I'm just saying he was a little too slow.
But he might be, you know.
He could be from Scotland. I don't actually know.
Yeah, he'd probably be playing on Radius too if he was from Scotland. So.
Yeah, he probably would be playing on Radius if he were from Scotland. But
yeah,
Ball Murray now out of base. He's trying to figure out how to get around Svanbach and not able to do it. Sort of just hesitates and just sits there. Svanbach now not able to contain Tag Up Turn Up, but comes around and gets him with the button. So that would be a drink if we were playing that. Which
but we're not because you forgot to tell me. Remember?
Welcome to play that at home.
Yeah. Remember that when you forgot.
I remember that part. So Tag Pro spawning in blue base. Looks like Protagonist going to be able to go and grab it. Ball Murray should have no trouble grabbing a rolling bomb. So Protagonist going to make it real hard for him to cap there, and indeed that Tag Pro ends up being the difference, stopping a bomb cap, which would have again been a drink.
But again, doesn't actually happen.
We're not playing.
Yeah, we don't condone violence. So
that's not a thing we do.
Yeah.
I could get a beer between the next two games if everybody wants to play the drinking game with me. That's fine.
Yeah, I have a USC match tonight. It's pretty important, so I don't know if I can do that. But
I think you might need to
I'll,
we're like way behind time wise. I think you're gonna have
yeah,
to push that a little bit.
yeah.
So, Ball Murray able to grab once again and sitting on the boost winds up forcing a kiss. Q42 grabbing. Svanvak now already making his way into base, but he's going to have two more to beat, so he's probably going to take a bit of a lap there. Boosts into a bomb, but the bomb sends him right back into the loving arms of Kiki. Tag up Turnip and Kiki both bombed into a spike, so an opportunity here for Bolshevik Revolution, but Ball Murray getting around Svanvak there. Just enough time, yeah. Good thing Protagonist didn't start to take a lap. It looked like he was about to leave and take a lap, but they got the return just in time. He was only about half a tile away. So.
Oh, Tag Pro Turnip using that juke juice to get by spiking. Oh my god, what's happening? Sorry, again, uncalled for.
Yeah, totally uncalled for.
Yeah, that's just my, way of life, though.
It's just a thing that you do.
Yeah. Alright, so Ball Murray's kind of gonna... Oh no, he's good now. Never mind.
So it looks like we'll probably see a kiss here. Yeah, Protagonist thinks better of it and does go back for the kiss.
Yeah, unfortunately, Svanvak's rolling bomb did expire right as he got the kiss. So.
Yeah, kind of a bad timing.
Yeah, you think? Maybe a little bit?
So we have a rare reset. Both flags back in base. Pup's about to spawn, so kind of like a nice reset button on this game. 1-0 in favor of Bolshevik Revolution at this time. And those pups are spawning. Protagonist asking, when is right? Nobody has timers right now on that white pup. And there it is. So Protagonist able to grab Rolling Bomb. And Svanvak grabbing his own base. So Tag Up Turnip's going to be able to get ahead of 2 here. But Protagonist is long gone. Tag Up Turnip's going to get surrounded by 3. He's going to get insta-tagged. Ball Murray doing a good job just finding the open space on the map and waiting for a reset, which doesn't look like it's coming anytime soon. He's going to use this bomb, but doesn't quite. He's trying to align himself to the bomb, but in the process, Spiking tracks him down. Opportunity here for Tag Up Turnip. They do have the blocks. Protagonist misses the snipe. And they just. That should have been a cap all day long. Yeah. They just didn't get a easy return or block there, and it's unfortunate. I mean, again, I have to chalk that up to nerves because from a skill standpoint, I know there's a lot of talent in these teams, but just a situation there where you don't want to blow it, you don't want to overcommit, and then you end up not committing enough to get the return.
Yeah.
And it's just painful. As a defender, I know exactly how that feels. So I've myself definitely done that countless times.
Oh yeah.
All right, so Sap coming into base here, not able to get around Kiki. And Protagonist being very patient here, waiting for Spiking to get on Rhea with his rolling bomb. He's probably just going to push this in here.
Nope, can't quite do it. Goes for the kiss.
Spiking's rolling bomb now out, so kind of one of those unfortunate situations there where your teammate has a pop, you kind of want to just push it in so they can grab, but you think you have a viable chance of capping, so you try to take it in, and then, it takes too long, and you don't get the cap, and the pop expires, so. Tag Pro spawning in blue base. Ball Murray's going to go ahead and take a lap, and looks like Protag's going to be able to get that. And this should stop any chance of Ball Murray capping right now. He's probably just going to want to go, and he doesn't go for the Tag Pro either. So now 2 Tag Pros. He just walks himself into base here. So huge advantage here now for the Bolshevik Revolution, who they have 2 Tag Pros, a rolling bomb. They just need to get this return, and they do. And if they can stop Tag and turn up, and they do in time, perfect timing there. Sap able to get another cap. So 2-0 now in favor of Bolshevik Revolution, who are 4 minutes away from taking a 2-0 game lead into this best of 5. Nice boost there from Sap, gets around Q42. He's going to boost off the wall, and the blocks are real. They are. Spiking putting up a nice block on Ball Murray, allowing Sap to bounce off the back wall and cap. So now a 3-0 lead. And Protagonist, another opportunity here, but Kiki putting a stop to that. But yeah, 2 caps from Sap so far. and a cap from Protagonist to constitute this 3-0 lead.
Yeah, I think so far it's mostly just been a case of patient flag carrying.
Oh, nice juke there from Sap getting
Yeah.
out on Ball Murray, and is going to get another cap, a hat trick now for Sap, who has 3 caps in the game. And this is starting to get a little bit out of control. Fighting Jeb Dogs just having trouble getting reset here. Q42 with the tag pro in red base. He's going to be able to kill half
Here we
the
go.
team.
This is an opportunity.
This is a huge opportunity. Ball Murray with the return for cap. Oh, and Sap staying alive just long enough. Just under 3 minutes left to go. A 4-0 lead now in this game for the
Nice
Bolshevik
spike.
Revolution.
Nice spike by
And
Ball Murray
opportunity
there.
here. Tag up, turn up, 2-on-2 blocks. This should be a cap, and it is. So they have wiped the 0 off the board. It's now 4-1 in favor of Bolshevik Revolution. Ball
Murray killing his teammate.
Yeah, a little bit of an unfortunate team kill there from the perspective of Ball Murray, but return for cap again for Protagonist, but Kiki's going to take that away and force Protag to take a lap this time. The return just does not come in time. Looks like Tag Up Turn Up might have been thinking about a kiss there, but Protagonist does not want a kiss, and maybe he should have taken it because he gets sniped there. Spy King now may be thinking about going for a kiss, but with that Tag Pro, he could have cleared base out. The Tag Pro is about to expire, and I think wisely he just tries to get out. Just under 2 minutes left to go in this game. Velocity, a map where a 3-cap deficit is nothing.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
You can cap so fast, so it's not over yet, even though it seems like it normally would be with a score like this. Protagonist initially staying alive there, avoiding the corner spikes, but then just hits different spikes and dies.
All right, here's another opportunity.
Spiking, and
nice,
they have the blocks.
Nice
job there from Ball Murray. So now a 2-cap deficit with just over a minute left to go. Pup spawning. So definitely an opportunity here for the Fighting Jeb Dogs to get back into this match, make it exciting. Ball Murray with a nice boost to grab, and you can feel the momentum swinging here a little bit, Ghost. They're getting confident, and they're taking risks, and they're trying to do what they have to do to try to get back in this game. They need to hurry here. Ball Murray needs to do something. If they can get this 3rd cap and Tag Up Turn Up, leaves regrab to go get a pup, but it is a rolling bomb, so he's going to be able to at least probably get out of base with it. And avoids the spikes. Protagonist staying alive here. Just clutch play there from Protagonist, grabbing and getting out and staying alive, taking away an opportunity there for a cap. 30 seconds left, still a 2-cap lead here for Bolshevik Revolution, who accepts a kiss there. Sap out ahead of 2. And Ball Murray able to sneak by everybody. No regrab right now. 13 seconds left, and indeed it is at a point now where I can pretty comfortably say this game is over. Protagonist now going to be able to walk in and put icing on the cake. So 5-2 win in game 2 for Bolshevik Revolution, now taking a 2-0 lead. And if they win the next one, it's all over. They're 1 game away from a sweep.
Wow. Yeah, the A-team match last night saw a sweep in 3.
Yeah,
I wonder if this is going to go the same way.
Yeah, I really didn't expect to see a sweep here, although, I will be honest, when I saw the lineup that the Bolshevik Revolution was putting up, the thought had crossed my mind. There's a lot of very talented players on both teams, but that team, looks pretty scary on paper for a B team.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
All right, so I'm sure both teams are going to, again, kind of compare notes and figure out what they want to do. So we'll take an opportunity to adjust our ghetto scoreboard here.
Yeah, that's looks like it's also like a little bit, yeah, I think it's just bad. Yep, I think that's what we're going with.
Confirmed bad.
Just straight up bad, yeah. 10 out of 10 would not rate again, yep.
It's almost like you
debatable.
look at it and you're like, that's so ugly, but I know the score, you know?
Yeah, it's debatable, yeah.
It's, yeah, pretty debatable.
Because, I mean, at what point do you sacrifice, like, wow, that looks really cool, to,
It's
like,
just
wow,
all
this is
pixelated.
bad,
Like,
I don't even want to look at it.
don't use OBS for this feature. This is a bad, like, confirmed bad move. Definitely go make, like, a nice scoreboard in another application. Don't just try to throw it together before this one. It's not,
Yeah, don't do that,
it's
yeah.
not the way to go.
Yeah, it's definitely not the way to go. Yeah, because no, Ranger would never do that. So just let you guys in chat know that doesn't happen on Ranger Radio.
Yeah, it's not a thing.
Yeah, it's really not a thing.
So, Onze calling for a Sphere Factor-esque comeback here for the Fighting Jeb Dogs. And Onze, of course, referring to the twice during the Sphere Factor's run through the playoffs where they were down 2-0 and came back to win the last 3. And that happened to them in the first round and third round of the playoffs. So he's predicting a huge turnaround here for the Fighting Jeb Dogs.
Well, we'll see. Obviously, anything can happen. Still 3 games left. And this actually, from like a competitive standpoint, usually when you go down 2 games, you're not quite at the point where you're completely demoralized. It's more likely that you're going to be kind of more hyped and more amped, ready to go, trying for that comeback. So
yeah, I mean,
we'll
I think if you're down 2-0, you look at how those games both went down. For example, in the first game, Fighting Jeb Dogs had a lead.
Yep.
They were comfortable, and then all of a sudden the game turned around on them real quick and they lost by 2. But up until the last couple of minutes, they were ahead. So they know that they can win. They just have to figure out how to put, like, they can have like a good 5 minutes here, a good 3 minutes here, a good 2 minutes here. They need to figure out how to put all 3 of those together and have a solid 10 minutes where they play well for 10 minutes straight. And even in that last game, it was what, 4-0, and then all of a sudden 2 quick caps. Now it's 4-2. They look like they're coming in for a third one. It didn't really work out. The point is, this 5-2 score in this last game doesn't reflect the fact that this game still could have gone either way. So Fighting Jeb Dogs are not out of it. They're down 2-0. I will say that we do need to see a little bit more consistency from them. Less mistakes. Defensively, they need to communicate and interact together. We've seen a few situations where they're just not doing a good job of communicating together. But
yeah, looks like the Twitch chat is calling for quieter or softer music. So you might want to check into that.
The music's just a little bit too intense for them?
Yeah, it's probably just too intense and you can't hear us, so.
Well, why would you want to hear us? It's like really good music.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're background to that.
This music is like upbeat. And what other search terms did I use in YouTube to find this? It's upbeat, and that's really all I can went with. Okay, it looks like we're gonna get started. So those of you who are intimidated by the audacity of this music will not have to be punished with it anymore because I'm gonna turn it down all the way.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know actually how to turn up my mic, so that's it's not gonna happen.
Nice. All right, so looks like from a pup standpoint, we do have 2 tag pros, 1 in each base, and Juke Juice is on each side. So both bases here with the tag pro, they're going to be able to decide if they want to keep that on D or take it on offense.
We need a code name for these like split pups where they're identical on both sides of the map. I think that'd be cool to be able to call that something.
Can I call it symmetrical? Because that's just literally what you call that.
I mean, yeah, you could, but you could also call it like, mirror image or something stupid like that. I don't know.
I guess I could.
It's just
T
fun to
Platypus
come up
out
with
ahead of
names.
3, and he's going to have to take a lap. So we did see a little bit of a lineup change again for Fighting Jeb Dogs with Art Vandalay and T Platypus coming in the game. And it looks like we're still going with the same lineup that got them there for Bolshevik Revolution, Spy King, Protagonist, Von Vok, and Sap again. So they're sticking with what's been working for them in the first 2 games. Shea is now able to get out ahead of 3, and he's going to be out ahead of 4. If they can get this return, Von Vok able to use that bomb to get out, but they had him boxed in. They just needed to go for it there. Sap now ahead of 4, but he gets tracked down by Art Vandelay. Tag up Turn Up doing a great job staying alive there.
Yeah, definitely.
Another round of pups about to
Tag up,
spawn.
turn
So
up.
Art Vandelay grabbing a tag pro. Sap with a nice boost right into the corner, and he's going to let Svanbach take that. Meanwhile,
yeah, that's probably smart.
Yeah, because Sap
Doubling up
still has a
on,
little
juke
longer
juice.
on his juke juice, and Svanbach's going to be able to stay in front and get re. But again, just both teams just struggling to kind of get a chase going here. You know, 2 tag pros right now for the Fighting Jeb Dogs. 1 just expired, but you know, you'd like to see them turn that into something. T Platypus doing what he can with one of them to kind of team kill, but they just don't get the return fast enough to be able to do anything with it.
Yeah.
Tag up Turn Up staying alive, but he gets bombed almost into Svanbach's waiting arms, but nice juke there. Gets around Svanbach, who completely bites on that one.
Yeah, Tag Up Turn Up is doing an excellent job of staying alive right now.
Yes, he is.
Especially when it's needed.
Very good, you know, very intuitive flag carrying from Tag Up Turn Up, just not boxing himself in, using the spikes to his advantage, staying alive. If they had been able to get that return on Protagonist, he was ahead of 4, so just a very nice carry there from Tag Up Turn Up.
Yeah.
Still scoreless after 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think that also plays into what you were saying earlier, where both of these teams have an enormous amount of talent. It's just a matter of how they can put that talent to use.
Yeah, and it really comes down to execution. I mean, you can have, you know, you see this all the time, even in pubs, where there's players that have a lot of technical skill, but you know, some of those fundamentals of sort of how to cooperate and play as a team takes time to develop. And I think you sort of see the epitome of that on B Team, where you have a lot of talented players that, you know, came from pubs and have the capability, but sometimes there's just judgment issues or, you know, just mistakes in sort of how to think about what to do as opposed to mistakes in doing it. And that's where it comes down to execution. And Sap doing a nice job staying alive and using the bomb to cap. So we do have an early 1-0 lead for Bolshevik Revolution. Looking for a sweep here. T Platypus able to rolling bomb up, and he's going to have to use that on Sap. And Svanbach got one too, so it looks like T Platypus just going to be content with grabbing the pup and getting popped. And winds up allowing Svanbach to cap there by getting returns.
Nice boost by Sap.
Yeah, just quick regrab chain here, just quickly putting this away. Svanbach using his tag pro to pretty much team kill. And if they can, if they could have just gotten Shays there, it would have been a 4th one. But Shay's doing a good job getting out of base. But yeah, Protagonist is going to be protected by Svanbach for a moment here. But Svanbach trying to use that tag pro to clear out base. He wound up sort of committing and trying to chase around with it instead of just staying on the flag. And I think that might have cost him a cap.
A nice juke there by Sap.
Yep.
Sap coming in.
Shay's using the bomb to grab, and he's going to get tracked down by Spiking. So Sap anticipating the block from Svanbach. That was great chemistry there. He knew where Svanbach was going to block, which direction. You know, I don't know if that was instinctual or if they just have great comms, but
yeah, that could have been some really good comms. He
boosted before the block was there because he knew the block was going to be there. That was impressive. Yeah. Nice job there from Sap. Just you know, really
so my goodness, Sap, please. On
getting around Art Vandelay. So 4-0 right now in favor of Bolshevik Revolution, who are looking for a sweep, and they're 5 minutes away from sweeping the World Beries of B Team. Svanbach with the tag pro, but he's going to get a return with it. Protagonist flirting with the boost and uses it to get around T Platypus. He's going to take a little bit of a lap here, so Shay is requiring 3 balls to track him down. Nice job there from Shay staying alive, but just not quite able to get out. And now tag up, turn up. Boxed in, Spiking doing a nice job of bombing the flag carrier into Svanbach. Shay's out ahead of 3. Svanbach does a nice job of grabbing there, and they get the return. So it just seems even when the Fighting Jeb Dogs have opportunities, it's just, you know, they're not able to capitalize, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And the grabs are starting to get a little bit desperate here. Looks like Spike King may be able to just go almost right into the flag tile here. And now 5-0 lead for Bolshevik Revolution. Just over 4 minutes left to go. Just the flacids are really starting to pile up and hurt.
Oh yeah.
Fighting Jeb Dogs here. They're starting to get a little bit over aggressive, and when you're down 5 caps, it's understandable that you would feel like you need to do that. A nice boost there from Sap, gets around Shays. Just very impressive performance from Sap Spa today. Very impressed with what he's been able to do to feature his skills on this stage.
Yeah, definitely. Protagonist gonna try and bomb.
Yeah, he was thinking of doing it, and if he had done it when he first got there, he had a chance. But
yeah,
he didn't
that
wanna,
would have been.
He didn't want to blow it. He decided to be patient, and I don't blame him. I mean, you have a 6-0 lead, and
Yeah, I think it was a good decision.
Bleeding time off the clock is just as good as capping for you if you're in that situation, and there's no reason to just bomb yourself straight into an opponent. So he played it safe, and that was probably the right move. And they should have the blocks in place here. And Sap again. So this is now his 5th cap of the match. 5 caps so far in 8 minutes for Sap Spa. Tag up turn up using his tag pro to prevent another one, but 7-0 lead right now. This match clearly a blowout at this point. And Art Vandalay, good positioning there to stop Sap from getting into base once again. Shay is getting boxed in the corner, but it should allow tag up turn up to get out of base, and it does. Good anticipation there, knows the bomb is coming, so positions himself so he doesn't get hurt by it. Another round of pup spawning, tag pro right. Looks like Protagonist is going to go grab that and go flag pro. Spiking was, looks like he was going to go for it, but maybe the timing just wasn't quite there. Protagonist still flag pro and gets taken out. Shay is now going to be ahead of 4, so Sap's just going to be real patient here, wait until they get that regrab in place, get Shays off the flag tile, and they do. Just good awareness there.
I think that was a good job pushing it by Spawnbox, knowing that he's got a rolling regrab.
And Spike,
and it worked.
A nice job using that rolling bomb to clear himself away to base. Protagonist getting a little bit over eager there with the boost. He just boosts right into the flag tile and didn't really need to do that.
Yeah.
Kills the regrab train for him briefly. But
yeah, I think that was also really good positioning by T Platypus.
Yeah, it was a good job anticipating where that boost path would be and stopping it from being open. And if they can get Sap here, they should be able to get on the board, but Spiking doing a good job boosting in with that tag pro and ending that dream. And T Platypus getting just a little bit of that bomb, just a tiny bit of it pushed him into a spike.
Yeah. And it's going to be another cap.
And that was smart by Sap. He could have used the bomb, but he wisely waits for the tag pro to do its job and clear out base. And there's going to be another one. Wow, what a blowout. 10-0 right now for Bolshevik Revolution. Just really, unfortunate if you're the Fighting Jab Dogs. You made some good plays today, but just mistakes hurt them. Too many mistakes. And I think they just got out of this match a little bit too early. And even there, that cap, there was another pursuer who wound up spiking on the way in. So PK calling for a timeout. Looks like there might be some debate as to whether or not that last cap counted. Given the score with what it is, kind of surprised that we're seeing a timeout called at this point. I'm not sure what the objective of that is.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so PK called a timeout because they're the losing team, and thus the time expires because you round down when you're the losing team and you call a timeout. So
yeah, I think
there was a little bit of a mercy roll there.
Yeah, mercy roll.
So I think that last cap didn't count. I think the final score was in fact 11. So that's what I will put on the scoreboard. But just it's tough to watch, especially if you're a new player to the game and you're on a stage where you're getting streamed and people are watching. I know what that feels like. I mean, I've been in a blowout on the wrong side of it before, and it's really tough. But I was very impressed with everything that the Bolshevik Revolution did there, especially in that third game. They put everything all together and just did everything they needed to do to win there. So very, very impressive. So we'll go ahead and turn up our music just a little bit, but not so much that everyone gets upset. We'll see if we can do interviews. I can't promise anything. I know that, on the end of a blowout like that, we might not get both captains, but I will ask chance to
All
come
right.
to Ranger Radio.
Well, on that note, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for having me here, Ranger.
No problem. And Ghost is leaving
Awesome
because
stream.
he has a USC match, so don't think that he's abandoning you guys. But
Yeah, I'm not abandoning my
anybody who
loyal
wants to
fans.
stick around for interviews would appreciate it. It gives both captains an opportunity to just kind of talk through, how they feel about their teams now that the season's over, and just sort of communicate how things are going for them. So thanks for your patience, and we should have interviews pretty soon. All right, so here on Ranger Radio, we do have a PK subball. PK, first off, I'm sorry, man. I know how much that must hurt to be in a situation like that where the game gets kind of lopsided and sort of goes out of control. When you called timeout there at the end, we didn't understand what was going on, but I think that was a pretty classy move, kind of ending that the way that you did. So, wanted to ask you how you feel right now about your team. That you guys were able to get all the way to the World Beries of 18. You guys played great to make it this far. How do you feel?
They they made the championship, and that's pretty impressive. So I'm really proud of our players. They played really well, and I'm glad to have been their captain.
Absolutely, man. Looking back on your season, and obviously you guys, had high points, low points. I'm sure this is obviously one of the low points, but how do you feel about
it's a
your team?
championship game. It can't be that low of a point.
That's a really good point, man. Like, what do you think about, what your team was able to do this season, and were there any surprises for you? Are there certain players that were able to do things that you couldn't expect?
I expected great things out of the entire B team. I guess I didn't expect us to have the incredible depth we did, but yeah, every player on our team had great plays throughout the season. So, yeah, I'm really happy to have seen that this past season.
Absolutely. In your role as as the father of NLTP, so to speak, how do you feel about the way that season 4 went in general, and what are your thoughts on season 5?
I know that. I thought season 4 went reasonably well. Obviously, it's weird to think about it that the DDoS issues were so long ago, but that was still part of this season. I know that one of the big concerns that people had in the season was that there were a lot of good players on the B teams that were getting crunched, and that there wasn't space for them in NLTP. But so we're expanding to 28 teams next season.
28 teams. That'll be very impressive. And
yeah.
Are there any other major organizational changes people should be aware
of? Well, they'll be able to see we're gonna have a big show in the future where we'll announce the organizational changes, the rule changes, the season 5 captains and whatnot. So, stay on the lookout for that. I'm sorry, man. I'm really sick right now. So.
No, it's okay, man.
Yeah.
I got you. I really appreciate you coming by again. Sometimes, after losing in an emotional match, captains don't even want to come by, and we respect that. So thank you very much for taking the time and letting us know how things feel for you. So thanks a lot, PK.
Yeah, thanks so much for streaming, Ranger.
Yeah, of course, man. Happy to. All right, so we will go ahead and bring in Franj. So Franj, you're live on Ranger Radio. Thanks for being patient, man. Do appreciate it.
No problem.
So, want to congratulate you guys. You guys did an outstanding job here taking down the World Beries B team. How do you feel?
I just feel amazingly proud of my team right now. Just the amount of practice that went in throughout the whole season, and even just alone this week, was amazing. And just seeing them come together tonight was it felt amazing, honestly.
So, what do you think about Sap's performance tonight? I didn't track exactly how many caps he had. I know he had like at least five, maybe six or seven in that last game. I started to lose count, but what are your thoughts on his development this season?
Sap came in. We knew he was a good player, and a lot of honestly, our team has been so deep, or so has so much depth in both departments, both offense and defense, and just everybody got their chance. Everybody got their chance to play at the levels that were best for them. And tonight, I honestly think we saw one of the best games that Sap's played in his career. The week before, I thought the same thing, and he was playing on defense. You can't tell by watching the game, but Sap is truly a vocal leader on the team. He's in charge. He really just takes charge of power-ups and making sure that everybody knows what's going on and making sure that we are strategically sound.
Outstanding. So, looking back on the season, is there anything that surprised you? Is there, a player who maybe you didn't expect, your expectations were one thing and you got something totally different from them? Or
Yeah, there was that one guy that was a robot.
that's right. You guys did have one of those.
Yeah. Honestly, we put in a ton of effort before the season started for our draft, and we knew what we were getting, and we were ecstatic from day one, and we knew that we had a chance to make it here, but it's unreal now. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Franz, for coming by. I do appreciate it. Again, congratulations on taking down the World Beries B team. Very impressive.
I just want to say one thing. This is a huge shout out to Halo Philo, because he was the team captain this season, and this was his last experience with competitive play, and I believe Tech Pro in general.
All right.
So we did that for Halo.
All right, absolutely. All right, thanks a lot, Franz. Do appreciate you coming by.
Thanks for streaming.
Thank you. All right, and thanks to all our viewers for watching the World Beries B team. Do appreciate it, and we'll be signing off. Have a great night.